Hello, Alekseju Domčevu. I would like to introduce you to our spectators. Alekseju is an international grandmaster from Lithuania and playing here in Riga Open 2023. And maybe let's start our conversation about how you have started actually to play drafts. And it's not that popular kind of sport, and perhaps in Lithuania I know basketball is much more favorable mode of sports to train and to play. So how did you start?
Yes, it's true that in Lithuania basketball it is some kind of religion. Yes, it's sport number one, of course. But my choice was drafts. Story is rather usual. From childhood, me attracted logical games. Not board games, not only board games, but in general logical games. And once when we were somewhere at our friends, I saw drafts board with the pieces. And for me it was interesting why I don't know this game. And when we came home, I asked my parents why I don't have this game. And soon I got a present for my birthday or for Christmas, drafts board and pieces, and I started to play. No, my parents explained me rules, we started to play. And of course, I wanted to play a lot. And finally, my mother said, maybe you want to go to the coach who will teach you, because she knew that in Vilnius exists the chess and drafts youth school. And surprisingly, I agreed to go there because I was home child, and it was yes, it was strange a little bit that I agreed. No, maybe stars wanted that I will be a drafts player, and I started to teach, to learn, and became drafts player.
So stars were favorable for you.
Yes.
They stood in the right position, so
yes.
you started to play drafts. But actually, what do you like the most in drafts playing? I don't know, nice combinations or strong opponents, and making a very interesting, challenging games with them. What is that motivates you most in the game?
Mostly, I think now, me motivated improvement. I want to improve my game. That with every game to be better, to know more and to play better. Yes, this is.
You are a very good player in both modes of drafts, which are popular in Europe. It's so-called classic 64 square drafts and international 100 square drafts. And you were a medalist last year in the World Championship Blitz, if I'm not wrong. And you were just a couple of weeks or a week ago even winner of the Open Baltic Championship in 64 square drafts. Usually it's not a standard situation that player actively plays both modes of drafts, and usually people specialize. And why such a choice for you?
No, maybe I have talent. Yes, it is possible to say yes that I'm a universal player. I play on both boards, and on the small board on 64 and on the big on 100. And I'm international grandmaster, and in 64 and in 100 drafts with a couple of big and high results. I'm mutual Lithuanian champion in both kinds of drafts, and I had winnings in international competitions also in both. In 100 maybe my results are higher. 1 year before I became world champion Blitz among men. In 100, this year I became third, again bronze medal. But in 64 I also had and European medals and maybe even in World Championship. As minimum, we became Lithuania became world champion team in 64 when I was a member of the team. So really my results very good, and even I counted somehow that grandmaster and in 64 and in 100 it is less than 10 people in the world. So I am one of them.
Okay, it sounds impressive.
Yes.
You are one of the strongest players of Lithuania, perhaps. Some would say strongest one, actually.
Yes, I also think that at this time I'm the strongest one. Yes.
Could be, for sure. And how do you see how actually drafts are developing in Lithuania? You are very good, strong player. There are, I know, some strong youth players such as Rokas Banevičius, Audrius Domarkas, and maybe somebody else whose name I forgot. But how do you see our youth players coming in? Children are coming more to the drafts training courses, and does the community of young drafts players is growing in Lithuania, so there is good perspective for even better results.
Yes, it's of course it is very important to have growing of young players, to changing of generations, etc. I want to say that I'm not only the player, but I am also the coach, and so I work with young children also. So I try that new young players will come to drafts. No, it is not, of course, very easy, because when we started our conversation, we said that basketball is sport number one in Lithuania, and it is rather difficult for drafts to attract young children, because they choose other activities. But we work, and really I can say that maybe not too many young players as we want in Lithuania, but who play, who are the players. So we really have very strong, very good, very perspective players. So we are on this way, and I hope that we succeed to have quality and a number of young players.
Okay, sounds great, and I really wish you that it continues, especially if you are training young players and attracting more young people to play drafts, to learn drafts. I guess if some other trainers will continue as you are doing, I guess it's very good perspective for Lithuanian drafts to develop a very top level.
Thank you for wishes.
And there will be a World Championship in Curacao this autumn. How do you see what are, let's say, those top players who will pretend for the title of the World Champion and who will pretend for the medals of that tournament, and how it looks like?
No, rate of challengers, as always, all Dutch players, I think. Guntis Valneris always can make surprise. I mean, compete for the highest places. Maybe Ukrainians, Ivanov, Anikeev, they are very strong, and I think that they really want to win World Championship. So many good players, but I expect that somebody from Dutch young players will become world champion.
What about African players? They could be serious competitors?
Yes, they are serious competitors, but I think that it will be not enough for them. They will compete for the highest places, of course, but world champion, it is something special. So I think that they will not be able to win.
And the very last question, how do you like Riga, and especially when there is a mood of celebration of the Dance and Song Festival, which is also unique tradition and actually mutual tradition of Latvians, Estonians and Lithuanians. So I know that it's also
Yes.
a strong tradition in Lithuania. How do you feel the spirit in Riga city along with the spirit of drafts celebration here in this tournament hall?
Yes, of course, because when this event was going, yes, so when you go to the street, you immediately see people wearing national clothes, and of course it feels that this event goes, and I like that mutual both these events at the same time. In general, I always like to come to Riga. I played here many times. In Riga Open, I played, I don't remember, maybe 2017, after I couldn't find a way here. Something other stories were for me and other plans. But this year I came and I really happy. I enjoy this tournament, organization very good, so everything is okay. So only need to good play.
Well, thank you for these kind words, and I wish you, Alekseju, good games in the next round of the tournament and all the success
Thank
for
you.
this tournament.
Thank you very much.